Today's video, we're going to have a look at 3 ways in which we can start the downswing. This video was planned mainly by you guys on Instagram. I put a story on Instagram and you guys voted for what you wanted to see for instructional content on YouTube. Make sure you follow me on Instagram for additional exclusive content. You can control what you guys see on YouTube. And now what I most commonly see when I get players in on the lesson tee and in for lessons is that they struggle when we start to hit balls off the floor with irons. And that's because when you start to learn golf, you may practice off a little tee peg, and it's very easy to get into the habit of sitting back on the right side and kind of flicking that golf ball in the air. You can get away with it off a tee. But as soon as the ball's on the floor, we need to start get some of that pressure in your body mass moving forwards and ahead of the ball. So we need to shift our low point of the golf club past the golf ball. A real simple way you can do that from the top of your backswing, you may feel that the start of the downswing starts with the left knee. As you can see, as I start to do that, all of my mass, so the center of my hips, center of my chest starts to work left of the golf ball. And I get into a position where I'm a bit more on top of it, everything's starting to work past the ball, and I can cover the golf ball a bit more. My low point is moving further forwards. So from the top of the backswing, left knee moves first, and then I'm in a position where I can start to cover the ball. And now another way in where people get confused is that, I hear it all the time, from the top of the backswing, they want to feel that they drive and spin these hips open to the target. And that gets people in a world of trouble. The truth in all that is that everything happens at very similar rates. The hip might fire slightly earlier than the chest and the arms, but it happens on a minute level. So the truth behind that is that everything does start to rotate kind of ahead of each other, but it happens on a minute level. Everything starts to go at similar rates. A real good way to kind of go away from that, from the top of the backswing, let's feel that this right shoulder starts to work down towards the right pocket. In that case, you can get the club aligned a little bit more down, as opposed to if I spin my hips out, the lead arm gets pulled out as well. And that's when we can get into a position where we have to make compensations at impact, and perhaps our path may travel to the left as we do that as well. If you can feel that this right shoulder works down towards the right pocket, that gets the club into a real good slot there to be able to keep that rotation up and get everything working at very similar rates. And now the third way in which we can do this, and we're going to exercise this with a little bit of a drill with a stick now. And as you can see, I've placed that stick kind of just outside the left foot, kind of in line with my left hip. And as we talked about earlier, players don't get enough pressure going forwards to the lead foot to be able to compress the ball and get it into the air. A lot of players from the top of the backswing, they'll start to sit back on that right leg. As you can see, as I do that from the top of the backswing, I don't close up this gap between the stick and my left hip. What you should do as you start your backswing and as you complete the backswing, you should start to recenter a little bit of this pressure towards the middle of the stance. And then as you continue further down, you should start to close up this gap. And as you can see, as I come down to impact, there should be none of that stick showing. So from the top of the backswing, we want to kind of start to move a bit of pressure in the right side. It's going to recenter, and then I should start to close up this gap as I start the downswing. And that's really going to give you a little bit of a feeling for shifting a bit of pressure forwards to be able to compress that ball and get it into the air. So I hope you found this video useful and found some new ways in which you can start this downswing correctly and get into a very good position in the downswing to be able to hit your irons a little bit better. If there's any other videos you'd like me to cover, please let me know in the comments. Make sure you follow me on Instagram for additional content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.